tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Taken in the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Arkansas Razorback. It's Brandon Allen. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Samuels.
Okay, complete didn't block anybody.
Much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A good carry and a 1st down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but 2008.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with the fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Conner, the Steeler ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. We're scoreless after 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
By Josh Bryant. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. Coverage there by Von Bell.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Bengals nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd down now, Bernard. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start the drive with a give to Connor.
Holding offense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the counter, it's Connor. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd down at the 27-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 32.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a 1st down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
And you look at the coverage defensively, and oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle it and get him on the ground short of the 1st down marker.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 26. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
1-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make it 6-0.
Bengals.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25. A touchback. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. That catch good for only a couple. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That's pulled in at the 32. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. Able to hit his target, Claypool. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Now a carry for Bernard. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So tied for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now a throw here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure this.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. On second down, Samuels. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 53 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. If there were any concerns about the elbow for Big Ben, I think the evidence there shows us that he's just fine.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that one spanning and even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Connor going to try and run it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Unbelievable.
Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, here's Bernard. inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Joe Hayden on the coverage.
Here's Bernard. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
I can hear you.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help lead to the interception.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Down the numbers. There he goes. throws. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the gun, it's Allen. This one hauled in by Sample. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Allen to throw once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw again, Allen. Open man is Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Bernard. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Allen. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 8 yards out. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Ray McLeod on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
But they picked up a little bit of yard.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now counter. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 64 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
And 2.
Operating from the gun. Allen, he's going to let it fly. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Allen, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Roethlisberger. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Ben to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it with Connor. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their